Hey everybody, I want to continue on with the theme that I was started off this week with, talking about, reevaluating things. So I've got basically 4 questions that I want us to answer honestly. So the first question is, what got you started down the path that you're starting on? Whether it's, a new job opportunity, whether it's going to school, whether it's a new business, whatever it is, what got you started? In other words, you kind of hear the terminology, what was your why? What got you started in what it is or in the path that you're going down? Second question, is that keeping you going? Is it continuing to push you to continue to pursue that goal? And third question, if it is, at what pace? So we have our initial why. Yes, we're saying it is keeping us going, but how fast? What is our drive now? How is it different from when we started? Because I know, it's never the same when we first start. When we first start, we're just hitting it, and then it kind of tapers off. Well, how much has yours tapered off? Are you still gung-ho and still driving and seeing progress, or have you kind of slacked off and things aren't moving at really any consistent pace? We talked about that on my video on Monday. Is what is it that's keeping you going? So once again, that's the third question. First question, what got you started? What was your initial why? Is it keeping you going? If so, at what pace are you keeping? And if it's slowing you down, the fourth question is, do you need a new why? Do you need to reevaluate what it is that you're doing and what your end goal is supposed to be? You always hear people talk about, money's not always the thing. If that is your main focus, your level of success is going to be limited. But if your main focus is a service, because it's not about me, it's about somebody else, then you're driving a little bit harder because it's not to help you, it's to help somebody else. And us, as just nature, naturally who we are, we want to help people. And I'm sure anybody that has been any type of service project, you put in more effort at that service project than you have in your own project. Example, doing yard work. If you're doing yard work for somebody else, you are going through and being extremely pristine. You're making sure that all the hedges are right. If you're trimming hedges, the grass is lined up properly. Everything looks good. When you go home, it's like, oh, I got to get this done in a quick period of time. So you just kind of go through and it's like, that'll work. Is that the way we are right now with what our goal was? It's like, I can go through this real quick. I'm not going to spend as much time on it as I should because I just want to say I checked the box. So our drive isn't the same anymore. So that's where our question is, do we need a new why? Do we need to reevaluate why we started this process? That's why I said these are questions that we're asking. I'm not asking you. These are questions that I'm asking myself. What got us started? Is it keeping you going? If so, at what pace? And if not at the right pace, do we need to evaluate and get a new why? These are questions that only you can answer, but you have to answer them honestly. Because if you don't, you're going to continue to hinder yourself because you're not being honest as to why you're doing what you're doing. So don't hurt yourself by not being honest about this. But let's stay busy. Let's make sure that we take our opportunities where they come. Answer these 4 questions and figure out what you need to do. Ready, set, go.